Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to a special edition of Nightwing Knows. We all love Air Jordans and most of us know the history behind each model. But what about the history, or more specifically the pop culture history, surrounding each year each model debuted? So we're about to take a trip through time and reflect on some of the years past and just kind of highlighting what went on during each year of every Air Jordan release. So hopefully you enjoy the ride, and with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it.
While we're eating.
So the year was 1985. It was the very first year that the Air Jordan line was born. Peter Moore was the designer. The shoe was done up in full grain leather, featuring the iconic Wings logo at the collar. They also featured a rubber cup sole with an encapsulated heel air unit with some of the best traction of all time. And yes, that includes basketball shoes from today. The Air Jordan 1, hands down, is probably my favorite traction ever. Now, probably the craziest part about the Air Jordan 1 is its original retail price, which was $65. Yeah, that's right, $65. That's crazy. Now, what actually went on in 1985? Let's go ahead and take a look. In the world of sports, the World Series champions were the Kansas City Royals, the Super Bowl champions were the San Francisco 49ers, and the NBA champions were the Los Angeles Lakers. Now that you know a little bit more about the sports culture in 1985, let's go ahead and take a look at what the hottest females were at that time. Kim Basinger was one of them, and yeah, she was bad. Also Morgan Fairchild, Supergirl herself, Helen Slater, Suzanne Summers, Queen of the Thigh Master, and then my favorite newspaper clipping when I was a young kid, Kathy Ireland. Yeah, she was awesome. Now let's take a look at the world of nerds and tech. You know that little tiny plastic thing that's right in the middle of your pizza every time you order out? That was invented in 1985, and what it actually does is stop the cardboard box from getting so hot that it droops down and ruins your pizza. Crazy. Hats off to Carmela Vitale. And this is probably my favorite item out of the nerd news. The cost of the Super Bowl ad in 1985 was $525,000, which is a lot, but if you compare it to today, it's not even close. Some of the most popular toys and gifts in 1985, the Super Mario Brothers on the original NES. I still have mine, it works, and it's still one of my favorite games of all time. She-Ra, Princess of Power action figures, Care Bears, and my pal, Teddy Ruxpin. What were some of the best movies at the box office in 1985? Let's go ahead and check them out. Back to the Future, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rocky IV, The Color Purple, and one of my personal favorites, The Goonies. So that's just a brief recap of what happened in 1985, the debut of the Air Jordan 1. The shoe in 2016 is still a staple amongst sneakerheads and sneaker lovers. It's a go-to shoe for most people. It's super easy to wear and they just look awesome. So with that being said, we're gonna send you off with some of the best songs from 1985, and we'll see you next time in 1987. So until then, have a good one.